it's pretty much always been good, but that now there is like WhatsApp and like all these other things that are much better at making Skype look less great as it used to, no?
No, that's a very, very insulting comparison, I feel, because like because of for various reasons, I have pretty much every single messenger known to man installed everywhere, and I can sort of definitively say that Skype, in its current guise, is the least usable of all. So.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah.
So if Magnus is like
usable,
if Magnus is like Skype, you
No.
really haven't said very many good things about him there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
I think it's the worst insult in Magnus' life. So
Yeah.
Anish, this
I've
will
outdone-
not be forgotten.
I have outdone myself, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he ever hears about this, he will not be happy. He will not be happy. Anyway, Magnus is still thinking, and he is. One thing that Fabi has done well, if we consider that probably he is out of book, starting from at least Queen E8 and maybe even F4. One thing he has done reasonably well is he kept the clock in check. And he is 25 minutes ahead on the clock in an extremely complicated position, which I think is very, very important here.
I will tell you a little story that I was very big friends with Igor Nataf.
Yeah.
By the way, hi Igor. And I just didn't see him for quite some years, unfortunately. I don't know, it feels like he disappeared from chess. But back to the point, that him, when he had such an opposition, he would always be extremely interested in it.
Yeah,
So-
why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, no,
Only
but I
that.
mean, you can guess what I'm talking about.
You mean that he
right?
would spend all his time, or?
No. I mean, okay, because I'm watching something that you don't.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that story was.
I saw Nataf reasonably recently on a tweet with Timur Rajabov, like
Yeah, he
a year
still
ago.
follows chess, and
I think
Where have you seen him?
in a tweet. Like at some point, Timur Rajabov, like a year ago, posted a tweet, like in Paris or something, from a cafe, and he said like back with my friend, and it was Nataf.
You mean there was a photo of Timur with Igor?
Yes, something like that.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
yeah, and he occasionally still posts some chess-related things on Facebook as well, and yeah.
So he might be still occasionally helping Timur as well, because he used to be second of Timur
Mhm.
Rajabov, right?
Yeah, they worked quite seriously together at some point. And sort of back to the position. So Sasha was making an argument for King H8, F3, and do we play E3 or not? I think the answer is we do play E3, and I'm not entirely sure what White is doing here. But also, if
I don't know, maybe Queen D3 now is an option.
that was
Yeah, and
Well,
games are bad
I
for
don't-
like always, of course. I try
well,
to-
mainly because you might just lose the pawn on D6 or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
I don't know, it's just insanely complicated.
Queen H6, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but you probably don't trade queens unless you
Yeah,
force.
then maybe Queen E4 and I just go under your skin.
Yeah.
Bishop H4.
I don't know.
Yeah, this gets.
Bishop G3, H3,
Yeah.
knight away, bishop takes H3.
Yeah, we know how this works from. Obviously, Hikaru Nakamura's games, if nothing else.
If nothing else, yes.
No, even this is insanely complicated. But like, I will leave my unbought hat if King H8 is on the board.
Why?
Because I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to give White a full tempo here.
Yeah, but what else? I mean,
B5.
Okay, B5.
Yeah, no, you play
Okay,
you play
is
B5.
B5.
Yeah,
B5
also I
is
wanted to
B5.
say that he spent so much time, obviously he's hesitating to play or not to play b5, because other moves you don't hesitate as much. b5 gives up a full pawn and passer on b6. It's something you're really taking very seriously.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking that this might be his plan, because It's very tempting to do all this.
Yeah, and also the reason I was pushing for the move f3 in this position is if you start with the knight move, apart from that move knight f6 that Sasha was talking about, if let's say I make the move knight e5, which looks extremely natural, you do give white this option of playing f3, and maybe you are still, you know, in time to give mate along the h
or
file.
my bishop thing.
Or the bishop thing. I don't know which one is faster. Both look extremely scary. But also there might be some things happening on the queen side which stop all that. Like I can start by, I don't know, queen b1 here. And already you have to think if you want to spend the full tempo on bishop b7. And also bishop b7, if you do play it, makes your attack on the king side a lot weaker. Because
h3,
you need to be attacking the h3 square in many of those variations.
Okay, so but this f3 looks like a desperate attempt.
Okay, let's refute this, and if we can refute this, we'll move on.
Yeah. No,
And also, before we
Knight
get too carried away, once again, for people maybe who have just tuned in, we think knight b6 is a very, very serious option here.
a lot safer, right?
And I think it is a lot safer than ab6.
Absolutely,
Yeah. But okay, back to this. gf3 has to be played, knight e5.
I mean, this is completely out of control. Whereas knight b6, you can sort of see
Yeah.
what's happening without the knights.
Yeah, and
Okay, so rook g1 I would like to play.
G1.
yeah,
Queen
queen
h6.
h6. Yeah, and I don't know if I should spoil this, but it might be relevant and it might kind of cut down on the time we waste on this. But people are saying ab6 is almost a losing move, and knight b6 is pretty much the only move in the positions.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I find it very, very easy to believe here.
Even if not objectively practical.
Maybe not because of this. I'm not claiming I found out why, but it just looks so scary to go for this position with white.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's go back to knight b6
Yeah,
then.
I mean, practically as well. Even if AB was not losing, it would be so dangerous. Whereas this, you still keep some control over things.
Yeah, so knight b6, we think that rook a7 just loses a tempo compared to knight takes b6, right?
Yes.
We couldn't find any reason to do that.
Yeah. For sure.
Just to explain, after rook a7, we can take on d7. The rook is hanging, so rook takes c7 is not a move. You can take, but after bishop b6, the rook probably goes back to a8, and it's like it's as if black took on b6, and in this position played bishop d7, which is really probably not the move you want to be making.
No, I mean it actually looks quite reasonable. It's like Anish's bishop a6, but you also still keep the bishop on a nice diagonal.
But unlike my move, you do allow a6 a7.
Well, yeah, it
I
allow-
like to go to
Actually,
pawn.
wouldn't call it.
Well, it allows a6, so
Yes, okay.
no. I mean, let's put it a slightly different way. Bishop d7 is a reasonable move in this position, but there's no reason for you to limit yourself to just this one move. You can take on
that's
b6
for
and
sure,
think.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's for sure. Although maybe Magnus should not be thinking for too long now,
But it's Fabi's turn, right?
because he really might get into time trouble then.
Yeah, he has 32 for the remaining 18, no, for the remaining 19 even after this move. Again, still pretty much an hour for Fabiano, and I expect Fabiano to play knight b6 quite quickly, to be honest. I really don't think you can take on b6. Well, I mean, it's a strong statement, and I might be severely disappointed by events, but
Yeah, but he's not afraid. Like in our game, in the candidates, in this Benoni structure, he somehow, I don't know, he put his pieces in such a way that the position was just begging for some tactical shot by me. But actually I didn't manage to find, but there was some nice shot. So he's just, is not, if he doesn't see, I mean a refutation, he will just take the pawn.
Do you think
I think it's about 50-50 what he will play.
Do you think he was shocked by b5, or it come?
Unless this F. What?
do you think he was surprised by b5, or was he?
Did he see it coming?
No, I mean I think he saw this idea. I mean there is no way to be sure for me, but I think he saw this idea. And what exactly he was thinking about it, I have no idea, obviously. So, but I mean I don't think he's shocked whatsoever.
And probably also Magnus spent so much time thinking that he was also thinking along, and at some point he probably came across this idea of b5.
Maybe he just thinks. Yum yum. Thank you very much for the pawn, Mr. Magnus.
Yeah, I doubt it, but
What he might be thinking. I mean, really.
He is quite materialistic, but
Yeah.
he does calculate well, so he might also just calculate that f395.
Yeah,
No,
that's another
yeah.
story. If
And
he
he
sees
has-
the
yeah,
reputation, that's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
He has he has a sense of danger. I mean, he's not completely fearless. He sees the king as lonely.
Yeah, and people are saying that if we continue here, there's been a suggestion, I've seen it a number of times in chat, of starting with b4, and only after the rook goes somewhere, I assume b3, because nothing
Yeah,
else
that's it.
really makes much sense. And now you go for this bishop f6, bishop b5 transfer. And because I think you don't care about the pawn on b4 as much as you care about A, tempi, and B, actually getting the rook off the third rank. So like rook b4, maybe even, yeah, I don't know if the immediate f3 is good, but I mean, bishop b5, f3, I would probably start taking white here. It just feels too slow, so let's try going f3, fe. But here, like, how am I giving mate here? Because
And rook takes e5.
yeah, rook takes e5, next move against
Without
anything,
thinking.
pretty much, yeah.
Without
Like,
thinking.
just snap on e5.
So maybe bishop h2 is
Yeah, but where's the
completely
mate though?
Rook g4 if necessary later
Yeah,
on,
I
right?
think I want to play.
No mate, but I saw
How?
no, even no perpetual. Yeah.
Rook
My mistake.
f5.
Yeah, rook f5, rook g4. I mean, we should also note that there is rook h4 here,
Rook h.
and queen d4, and probably this is also
Yeah.
playable for white. Might be a draw though.
Torpedo? Yeah.
Yeah, might be a draw actually.
Maybe you miss bishop d8 here or not? Nice one.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And the same applies to queen h6, but here it's much more beautiful. Yeah, that's
though
a very nice spot.
there is continuation. You take and queen e5, e2, yeah?
Yeah. But yeah, probably white wins, right? Something like
No,
this.
white is in the driver's seat here.
Yeah, white should be
Absolutely.
much better here. But obviously we're getting carried away.
I mean, this b4 thing, to be honest, I respect computer, I respect the chat as well, but b4, it's not the move that comes to mind.
Yeah, it like instinctively you don't feel right connecting the bishop with the
No.
a6 pawn, right?
No, it feels like you shouldn't be considering a move like before.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what are the options then? There is
I
bishop
like
d7.
this other line with that you did this where we select exchange, like f3 or bishop f6.
Yeah, bishop f6 we were playing. We were
And
taking.
now you can do f3, yeah, again.
But yeah, once again, you have to at least consider f3.
Yeah, but then maybe I can play b4 and bishop c3.
Rook b3, and just not. I mean,
Bishop c3, yeah.
okay.
And take this one.
Just play positionally, yeah, because bishop controls the rook. Not only
Mm-hmm.
even after rook b1, you still don't have rook a1. The bishop really dominates.
I mean, the pawn on e5 is quite safe because black doesn't really have pieces to attack it, but maybe it's not that relevant here anymore.
yeah, it's,
It looks like black is at least equal here.
Yeah, I was just completely zoned in on the idea of never allowing f takes e4, but maybe I was just wrong.
I like black as well. Here, I must
Mm.
say, because I think the rook on b3 is.
Yeah, that is a horrible rook. Maybe we can do it slightly differently. Maybe I can go rook a4 here.
Okay, still probably bishop c3.
No, but then I was hoping maybe there's some kind of a difference because the pawn will be on a7
I
soon.
mean, you're able to push your pawn here. There are all sorts of bishop f5 ideas as well, but I don't know. I can take first on f3 maybe. You take with the. If you take with the bishop, I'll go bishop c3 and I cover the a6.
Yeah, that was what I was getting worried about. Starting with this
yeah,
move.
yeah, feels right.
Mm-hmm.
Taking with the rook misplaces the rook a little bit.
Yeah, like you give black so many
Did you
things
see
here.
did you see something after rook f4, or there is some tactic?
Well, I have a feeling that because this rook is just so poor that like even let's say this position,
Yeah, I mean simply.
because you cannot play rook a1 and I will have
Well,
all there's a bishop on
G1,
b6.
yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm sorry, yeah, I'm slightly delusional because I thought this was mate, and it really isn't. Yeah, I mean I might still be okay here after queen h6, I guess, maybe, but maybe g3 wins, who knows. But once
Bishop
again,
G1.
yeah,
Bishop
no,
G1.
bishop g1, bishop h2 was my my one big trap
Queen
with the
e6
draw.
check. Queen e6 check.
Oh, the combined effort of the AGs killed my
The
idea.
Now I just got it. I didn't realize that Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
One right there. Yeah, but okay, black. Of course. I mean,
Yeah,
after
let's
rook
go.
f3, you had a very
Yeah, plenty of options.
a lot of options.
Yeah,
I mean, you can just move
plenty
the
of
bishop and go
options.
bishop g4
Yeah,
afterwards.
yeah, for sure.
And after bishop g4, rook f4, you might have some rook a8, tempi, all
Yeah.
sorts of things.
No, even something like bishop c3 might make a lot of
Yeah,
sense,
yeah.
just to kill this off and then you play bishop g4.
Yeah, no. Also here, I mean, you made this move bishop e5. You could also start with rook a8 or whatever. You have, gives you an extra tempo.
Yeah, yeah.
But very likely a move like bishop c3 or bishop e5 and bishop g4. Fabi is of course a greedy guy. Yeah, I mean, he's thinking.
Yeah, it's remarkable because for me, I think
Very
I would,
ballsy.
yeah, like my approach to people sacrificing me material is sort of no thank you is my default state, and if there is like any option not to go greedy, I probably just jump at it, and in particular if there isn't a way to kind of sacrifice something in return. But yeah, it seems like he's very seriously considering taking this pawn.
I don't like it though, you know, when you give a simultaneous exhibition and you play an amateur and at some point you see a sacrifice which is a little dubious, but you think, what the hell, let's go for it. You do it, and then often the amateur thinks, okay, the guy sacrificed, no, I'm not going to take it. Whereas he should have taken it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not like people should never take sacrifice material.
No, of course not, and I also accept some sacrifices
Very
when
much
it's correct. But
Yeah.
Still, like in my head, I want to be the guy sacrificing stuff. I want to be the guy with the initiative, with the attack, and not the guy picking it up and then defending something.
Yeah, but here it's not really the case of defending. I mean, I don't think black will have a lasting initiative because this b pawn will just really paralyze black at some point.
Yeah, and Suat was giving a line. He says AB6, we take, and in the line we still haven't reviewed it. He's suggesting maybe rook g1, queen h6, and now knight c4, ef, knight e5, fe, queen e2, and if de, you can take with the bishop, and you have 3 for the piece.
Bishop f6.
Yeah, I don't think white is better, but white probably can play like this, yeah? Because bishop f6,
Bishop
maybe
d6?
maybe bishop d6, yeah. Rook g8, maybe even something like c4.
So bishop c7 also was harassing
Yeah,
him quite a
like
bit.
I want to start pushing.
Ah, you wanna, yeah, rook d6, queen e8 is
Yeah,
nice.
because I have this cheapo. I'm very good at one-move cheapos.
But the line we just showed felt like there were options for both sides.
Yeah, of course,
along the way.
it doesn't feel like it's necessarily forced from start to finish. And yeah, we have sort of two remarks almost immediately, one after the other. One says, this is the messiest position we've seen in a while. And then somebody says, if he finds knight b6, which shouldn't be difficult, it's just a draw. And this is...
So now we know the evaluation is 0-0-0.
Yeah,
It's good to know.
that's
Thank you.
that's basically a sign that the machine says nobody is better. But really, this is not a draw. This should not be described as a draw, even if it ends in a draw eventually.
Occasionally chess fans, they guess something, but occasionally they don't. So.
Yeah. Somehow I thought he was in the tank longer than he actually is. It's barely been 10 minutes, maybe not even 10 minutes yet.
We have the timer, right? Somewhere on the...
No, but that's for the last move. We will know when he makes the move, but
okay.
we...
But remember, it was more than an hour, so it's like 10 minutes-ish.
Yeah, and he found the move.
96, yes.
Yeah, no, well, I think it's a very logical decision.
I don't think found is the word, I guess he chose, yeah. But, I mean, he saw it immediately, he just made it a good decision.
Yeah, and we expect
Taking,
Magnus
yeah.
to recapture, and yeah, this is a tricky one because I still can't really settle on what I feel about this position. There was an explanation in chat for why the machine likes b4. I think the suggestion was after rook takes b4, it goes bishop c3, and
Clever. So if rook a...
I guess the point being that we drive it further and further. But I mean, it stands well on a3. Very confused.
Yeah, especially if you could go bishop b4, but then your bishop is misplaced. I was also really wondering, am I not pinning you, like here? Am I not like pinning you? Or
But I guess we just don't
Bishop-
mind this
bishop
very
h3?
much.
Yeah.
Ah, bishop h3 is brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very nice.
It's connecting the rooks, very nice.
Yeah, connecting the rooks, and then we will be able to.
Yeah, wait. No, take it.
Yeah, and take it next move.
And these are nice lines that...
But yeah, I still don't quite understand why. No, but maybe this is the point. Okay, so once again, I'm not entirely sure, but maybe they start with f3. No, but then
Rook
no,
e4.
this makes no sense. No, I'm very confused still.
Yeah, but bishop c3, rook a4, and now f3, right?
Bishop c3, rook a.
No,
wait,
before,
yeah,
before.
yeah. Hang on, let me find it. Where was that? Bishop c3, rook a4, and we go f3 here. gf.
It's always so awkward when they give you something, but not
Mhm.
everything. Like if you already give us, just give us the whole line. I mean,
Yeah, don't throw us a bone.
yeah, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I still don't really understand why it was so important to include bishop c3, rook a4 in this
Yeah,
position.
basically it's all about f3, gf, bishop e5, queen h6, and the rest is just in which version you're gonna get it immediately,
Yeah.
not immediately. Do you first protect on b5? Do you give up with b4?
And as someone also pointed out in chat, which I think is an important strategic idea in some positions, and might also be the reason why you start with b4 actually. If you start with bishop f6, there is bishop d4, which you at least need to consider, because it stops the transfer of the bishop to e5. And generally I think white is looking for ways to simplify.
Oh,
and
really
take
though?
to-
b4?
Okay, but here maybe I can, but then I will get mated, yeah.
This really doesn't
Yeah,
look
that-
like
then
a
I will
thing. I
get
mean, you
mated.
weakened, your a5 pawn was protected,
Mm-hmm.
everything is so shaky. I don't think
Yeah.
bishop d4 is a thing, no?
Yeah, maybe it's just, I mean, it might be sound positionally, but just tactically it's completely unsound.
But maybe the reason is also okay. The pawn is hanging, and what to do? If bishop f6, maybe just bishop take b5. Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe white was better in those complications.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hard to say, yeah.
And our call has been answered, and we were given a very, very long computer line after before, and then bishop c3. But
Very long.
yeah, but
Okay.
okay. The point the machine is making here, and I mean we'll cover this because it appears to be relevant to what the machine is suggesting.
Oh, me
It
and chat,
actually-
yeah.
It actually drives the rook all the way back to a3 and then goes bishop e5,
f3 though?
f3 e3, and he just plays this.
Is that
position.
continuing with the line?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
But this deep stuff, yeah? How does line continue? Let's just go over
bishop
it.
d4 for some reason. White is extremely
Is
scared.
rook
apparently.
f5, rook h5, I think? Maybe
I
rook
guess
f5,
the rook
h5,
just
queen
comes.
h6, checkmate?
Yeah.
No, rook f5, there is bishop d3, but
Queen
maybe...
h6 first.
Ah,
Maybe or maybe queen h5 and rook f6, rook h6.
Hmm. No, I can see how this can be quite scary for white, because if black ever actually doubles on the h file, there's no pieces really that can reach the h2 the
Yeah.
h2 pawn. So
Finished.
yeah, but once again, I suspect the evaluation of this long line that we were given probably ends in 0-0-0. But if you play this position over the board, there's no way you think this is just equal. Like, you have no idea what's happening, and you are kind of both scared and maybe even
Yeah,
slightly.
the game may end in a draw though.
Yeah.
Because you're both scared, especially.
no, I would love to see Fabiano playing on time against Magnus. Because normally it's always the other way around.
Ah, he's a slower one, yeah?
Yeah. If he'll be in a big trouble, but he will have lots of time, and Magnus will be just down to his 1-2 minutes, a couple of minutes.
And
I think their games never had such a scenario.
Such a scenario, no. But in this match, Magnus had a couple of games, right, when he had little time for the last move. And
yeah,
what-
but then my Fabiano also had little time.
yeah, it's very, very different. But the point I was trying to make is that one game in particular that comes to mind is actually game one, where he started this stretch between moves, let's say 34 and 40, with something like maybe 10 to 12 minutes. And he kept on thinking on every move, and eventually had to make the last move, the 40th move, on about maybe a minute and a half, I want to say. And he was still completely winning if he returns to g1.
Yes.
He just needs to go back to g1, and the game is more or less over, because on move 41 he will find how to convert there. And he snapped on c3 and let it all go.
Yeah, it was Berserker.
Yeah, and what I want to say is he probably, I mean, he clearly is a tremendously strong rapid and blitz player, but in a classical game, he is probably unused to this situation. He doesn't get into horrible time troubles very often. And maybe it gets to him a little bit when he runs really low on time.
Probably Alexander can give us a lot of insight on how the time trouble in a classical game compares to an actual blitz game, for example.
No, I mean in the blitz, usually, I mean your opponent never has more than 5 minutes, so it's much better. I mean, at least in blitz you are not going to have sort of how to say physiology problems inside in time trouble, because I mean if you are in a huge time trouble like 1 minute and your opponent has 1 hour.
Yeah, it's true.
There can be
physiological issues.
Yeah.
If you drank too much, I mean.
Yeah, which is why rationing your water intake is a skill.
Intake and also output.
Yeah, it's a skill. I think a widely underappreciated skill top chess players must have. And Magnus has been, I mean, it's clearly a difficult decision, but he is
very
running somewhat low on time here, and
but it is extremely critical. I think the position. It feels extremely critical here. Before is just one of the most.
But also like it's so has to feel so bad that you know you're thankful. Like once again it's disappeared off my screen now, so I can't really check. But b5 took him. It felt like 20 minutes or something. Yeah.
At the very least, yeah.
Yeah, and knight b6 is one of the two moves that white has there, and arguably the more natural and the one you should actually expect. So Fabi plays knight b6 reasonably quickly, and you still haven't decided what you're doing in this position.
But because there are probably really a lot of options here, yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
And Magnus is going for the kill.
f3?
You will see in a moment.
Yeah, he played queen g5.
So I guess his plan is simply rook f6, rook h6.
With the rook on a3, this might not work. I mean, first of all, it's kind of slow, and secondly, now the rook on a3 makes a ton of sense. Because it will participate in the defense in every single variation.
Like for example, so bishop b5?
Let's try, yeah, let's
rook
try.
f6.
We need to start, yeah? Somewhere.
Bishop c6 maybe, or what do you want to do with white?
But then again, like, this might still be made, you know, for all we know.
Let's take the rook, show me the money.
h3? You have rook takes f3. Yeah, I'm not actually breaking through. Yeah, can I do it from better squares?
Doesn't feel like a move.
And then f3 and bishop g1.
Nice
this is very important. This is very important. So here we play h3. Yeah, it feels like I'm just not fast enough.
I mean, you gave up a whole rook. You better be mating.
Yeah.
I guess bishop g4.
There is bishop g4, but my guess is something like this probably wins, right? f3, queen e4.
Yeah, no, but bishop f3.
Oh, hang on a second. Wins for who?
Wow. Queen h4, bishop g2, king h2.
Yeah, this is a bizarre position. Yeah, and I was wondering if I can take with the bishop.
This looks like mate. Okay, let's go.
Hang on, no, bishop e3. Yeah. Rook h5, clever. And yeah, I think the bishop comes in and we give mate.
That was a bit of a weird line.
Yeah, it was extremely weird.
This is a critical position, so giving up my queen is a bit early because I can promote, but you're gonna take and play f3.
Yeah. My default setting when I was kind of thinking about suggesting bishop g4, I thought white can just give up the queen and then queen the a pawn, but it's probably not fast enough.
No, because of f3.
No, maybe you can force black to give a perpetual there, but once again, let's look for a win with white first. I have a feeling this is too late now. I really don't see how you... The threat here is bishop takes h3, right? Not fg. But maybe fg as well, actually, I don't know.
Whoa.
And f3, bishop takes h3, there's no way for us to sidestep all the...
Scary. This is a threat.
Yeah, this is a threat, and okay, if we run, we're still probably not fast enough, right? King g1. Yeah, bishop g2, it feels like you're not fast enough here. So what I was talking about is maybe you can make a draw by playing this, yeah. Maybe. Because black obviously has the immediate perpetual, but I'm not sure if black has more here, probably not.
Maybe here not, but did I have to take on h3?
No, you don't have to, but like if you give me a tempo to play a e, I might be winning.
Positionally speaking, you're suddenly fine, yeah, with white, because you're threatening bishop b7, a6, a7.
Yeah, I mean I have enough going on the queen side for you to have to hurry here.
That's a surreal line.
Yeah, that's all of this is very bizarre, but
also bishop c6, rook a6 was a very reasonable option.
Yeah, I didn't have to give a rook. It was just a.
I was trying to figure out if I can just completely ignore what's happening on the board and give my mate on the king side.
It's very sensible, of course, too.
Yeah, and somebody in chat says b pawn num num. So now the whole give me this Mr. Magnus thing is probably actually in effect. Yeah.
No, I mean he's still thinking.
Yeah, of course he is, but I don't think he has much of a choice objectively.
He could be considering at least to include f3 e3 here.
Yeah, but then it's actually a complete mating net.
It's even worse.
After that.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
Because the rook also
I
is no longer
think it
participating.
became much worse.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And as usual, obviously, there's no way to prevent this from happening. People now are quoting Sesse as saying white is much better. But even if Fabi suspects this attack is incorrect, he still needs to refute it over the board. This is like the computer evaluations here.
Good luck.
I mean, yeah, they are
Good
good.
luck.
They are good for guidance, but they aren't really practically relevant because it's a bit like this old chestnut about everything being 50-50. Either black gives mate here or he doesn't, right? So it's a bit of this.
You got the chance of seeing a dragon on the street.
Yeah, exactly. Like queen to f3, I think.
That's checkmate.
And rook g6. Yeah, I think.
That's checkmate.
This now is.
There are so many ways to get mated here that it's hard to avoid.
Yeah,
it.
and Suat says f3, e3, g3, fg, rook g1 might be a plan.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Well, let's see if we need to do it immediately, or maybe we can. Maybe first, but also even doing it the way Suat is suggesting.
This
exactly
is so
the way
great for a chicken like me. F3, G3. This is what I live for.
Yeah, that is.
It's fantastic, by the way. Maybe I'm not getting mated here, so let's check.
And also, but GF simply. We will pick up the pawn on e3 maybe.
The tempo. I was afraid to get
Queen
mated.
h4, yeah.
Bishop e3, bishop g1.
Yeah, but we've actually consolidated.
Yes.
Yeah, we've actually consolidated, and we're still a pawn up. Pawn on b5 is still hanging.
Super tight here, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but playing like that is just a live ban, I think.
Is what?
A live ban.
A live ban. But
I mean,
I'm happy to be banned as long as I don't get mated.
Ban.
Better to be mated, no, than to be banned, or the way around. Yeah. Not for me. I love this f3 g3 thing.
Yeah.
Who came up with that? That's great. Atalik, yeah.
Yeah, that's Suat's idea, and yeah. We are extremely unsurprised that Suat makes a lot of sense.
What is Sesse thinking here? I like also Sesse. What they gave computer a name or what? Like
no, it's just the name of the website, I think, and everybody now calls it Sesse because it's what
like
the website is.
Female name. Sesse.
Yeah, Queen G5 is a very interesting decision. Because I think sort of instinctively it does feel very natural to try to activate the bishop on e7 because it's the one piece you have that does not participate really in the attack. I mean, apart from the rook on a8, but you can't really do much about the rook on a8.
But you cannot say that rook f6, h6 is an unnatural idea either. So he definitely has a point here. Definitely has a point.
No, it's a very straightforward idea.
Critical. I think Fabi is really thinking about this. Takes rook g1.
Yeah, it feels. I mean, maybe queen 8. No, queen h6. There will be bishop takes e3 there as an immediate. Yeah, maybe queen h5.
I mean, at least here
and then bishop h4.
You can oversee the position. It became a lot more clear. Yeah, bishop h3 and bishop f2. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a big problem actually. My rook is trapped here. Well, this is a serious argument, by the way, against this fg, and yeah, this is maybe the problem. Doesn't look good.
Doesn't look that great.
Problem is there are not enough squares on the g file for me, and if I'm driven away from the g file, then
you probably will. Yeah, you probably will get mated. And if
I
you have to
try some f. Actually, f4. I'll pick this one up.
Yeah, queen h6.
Not so bad anymore.
Yeah, f4 is important.
Yeah, but it's far from over even here.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, and
clear.
there was a line in which apparently black had some queen h2 check and rook h6 with a perpetual. Let me just try and find where
Oh,
it was,
wow.
because it is very beautiful.
You
and
can
if
set
you-
it up, yeah, somehow.
Ah, that is
Is it perpetual?
so cute. That is so incredibly
It's epic.
cute.
Yeah, it's actually a
And
very
you
easy
and you invite white to go to f2.
Yeah,
Thank you very much to
That's how a World Championship
Uh,
game should end.
to the Chess24 chat, and in particular, I think I will not try to scroll up and figure out who was first who pointed that out, but we appreciate this a great deal because it's one of the cutest lines I've seen in a while.
Was it also relevant? Could have been, right?
Could be quite relevant, yeah, for all we know.
Can we go a bit back a bit? How did we land here? So e3, g3, rook f6, gf.
Just queen h4.
Yeah, and we're threatening already our...
Yeah, rook h6 is a large threat.
Even
here.
after rook g1, by the way? Queen h2?
Ah, yeah, we're still okay here, right? Yeah, we're still... Is white okay here? Probably is. You can go king g3.
Why
because
not king g2?
yeah, you still have king g3 there. Yeah, I was briefly wondering if this is actually
King
winning.
g3?
Yeah, but king g3 is okay here. Yeah.
But how is black okay though, briefly here?
Check. Ah, you
Rook
have...
one?
I mean, you have rook g2, yeah.
G2?
But are you trying to win or are you trying to lose?
Probably I'm trying to draw.
And you will succeed, right? You will...
Bishop h4 check. Yeah, black
Oh,
is...
hang on.
Yeah, it's...
Still continues. Yeah, who knows what this is? Yeah, let's maybe put a stop to all this because we're getting...
But do you really think that there is a really realistic chance of him playing finding f3, e3, g3?
Yeah, if I would come
Yeah.
across, I would play that for sure.
Probably not. I think the biggest, obstacle on the way of him playing that is considering it for 1 second. It's one of those things which become immediately obvious to you as at least a candidate. Maybe not the best move, but at least you immediately realize it's a very strong thing that you need to think about. But for that, you have to actually consider going g2, g3 when you're being mated on that flank.
Yeah, a lot depends on your, your life, your chess life, what you've been through. I mean, let's say you've had f3, e3, g3 sequence in one of your games in the past, then it is in your system. It is in your brain somewhere, in the patterns there that you are recognizing. It could be that you've never seen it, never come across it, then you might not find it. So it's hard to say. So some people it might occur. Maybe Atalik had it a few times in his career, so he just sees it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I see it for the first time, so I think nobody actually saw this.
Yeah, I think
because it just never existed.
I think it's extremely rare. Yeah.
But there is this rook g1, g3 thing in the King's Indian, by the way, right?
Yeah, there is some similarity actually.
No, this is another story. But it's first rook g1.
Mm-hmm.
First rook g1, yeah, but.
Yeah, but this is exactly the point. You will never be anywhere near on time if you start with rook g1 because you'll just get mated here.
Yeah, you get sacked on h2, but
No,
not the queen, but the rook.
Yeah, this
which
is already
makes
like mate in 3,
makes a
and
difference.
you can play rook g2, but
Bishop
I
h3
mean,
at the
yeah,
very
clearly you're not doing particularly well because like you're hoping you're not dead.
Mhm.
That's the extent of your ambition here with white. And yeah, I remember there was this game I played in the San Luis candidates in 2005. I played black against Mickey Adams, and he had the structure of e4, f4, g5, h5 against my king side. And I had very passive bishops on like maybe d7 and e7, I think. And at some point I thought for a very, very long time, and I just played h7, h6 to just fight for the f6 square for my bishop.
Mhm.
To which white can reply by g8, g8, rook g1 check actually. Like there's a king on g8 there. And for a very long time I considered this to be one of the best moves of my career because I thought, I mean, it wasn't spectacular, I did not win the game or anything, but I just thought that the fact that it occurred to me that the move exists,
Mhm.
I was extremely proud of that.
Yeah, it was amazing. I actually, I think, watched it live. Yeah, I was unbelievably impressed.
Yeah.
You speak about the 2005 World Championship where
Yeah,
Topalov won.
that's the one that
Alexander has not participated there, I believe, right?
No,
Yes.
not
No.
close.
But you were already a top player at that time, right? Very much.
I was writing articles
Ah.
because streaming was not really a thing at that point. So I was writing articles like every 3 rounds, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
Fabi,
was greatly impressed by the play of Veselin Topalov.
Everybody was.
yeah, who wasn't? Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and Fabi is actually catching up on the clock quite significantly, if we can trust the clocks here.
Yeah, the choice of, I mean, to do this or to do this, these are just two different games.
Yeah, these are
And
very,
you
very
have to
different
really
games.
take
And
your
honestly, like if he finds the idea, that is extremely impressive here.
I mean, if they have this perfect index H2, this is gonna be, you know, the best day of my life.
Yeah,
That would be absolutely awesome. A
Joke.
very nice game,
Joke. Yes.
draw, and a pretty short
Tick,
one.
tick, tick. Everything ticked.
yeah.
It would be like the puzzle, you know.
Yeah, and I think the machine suggests that you can take on b1. I think this is what we maybe are missing. That there is this plan of just going rook e1 and then follow it up with bishop f1, and then maybe if you're forced to, you play h3. And once again, it's easy for the machine to say there is no mate here.
Bishop f1, yeah, it's important.
Yeah, but I think rook e1 bishop f1 is a very important detail here, which we, for instance, did not spot
So
until.
let's continue. Rook g6.
Okay.
F3.
Okay.
Okay, I'm a bit worried that you have bishop e3 after bishop f5.
Mhm.
I wanted to gang up on the h file with queen h5, but you have
I
bishop
mean,
e3.
Also, maybe I can play g3, but I would really prefer not to.
I mean, anyway, you can go bishop g4, bishop to f3, yeah? It's
Yeah.
not gonna be better.
Yeah, okay, so what's happening here?
Yeah,
I think it's pretty much lost.
yeah, because bishop f5, you have bishop e3 and a6, and I don't have any plan.
Also, rook take f3. Rook take.
No,
no,
e7 is
no,
not hanging. Yeah, I also had the same hallucination. I was going to suggest this followed by this, but
Yeah.
the queen actually protects the bishop.
But the issue for me is that after bishop e3, queen h5, I don't have the rook h6 move.
Mm-hmm.
And going bishop g5 will misplace one of my heavy pieces. So let's say go here a6 or something, yeah?
Yeah, but also I think, like from a human perspective, I would very much like to play something like queen d4 and then take on e4, if I'm not getting mated while doing that. Because
you
then,
will run into bishop f6.
yeah, I can't find the first move in this sequence. But maybe I can just do it really slowly.
Take on e4 with the rook.
Yeah, even take with the rook, because then I think practice shows that without the light square bishop and the bishop on f1, it's extremely difficult / impossible to give mate instructions like this.
I mean, black's ideas are limited to trying to attack the h2 pawn twice, and it is so
Mhm.
predictable that it's very easy to anticipate.
Yeah, like you go queen h5, I take, you go rook h6,
h3.
h3 or h4, I don't know which one is strong, because after h3 there is queen f5, and but probably even this doesn't work, because like
Yeah,
you still
queen h5, I take on f3.
yeah, you're still 3 moves away from actually giving me weight, and I should be able to consolidate here. Like after rook h6, there has to be a
It's not
rook
correct,
e6 maybe. So.
Queen h5 was a threat.
Yeah.
Queen h5 was a threat, but I think I should be able to navigate it somehow. Like after g6, I will think about something. Once again, like
Bishop e3 is possible?
yeah, bishop e3 is now very strong, and after rook h5, once again,
There
you,
is no threat.
you no longer have squares on the h file for your pieces, and we
Yeah,
will
yeah.
just win. But yeah, rook e1, bishop f1
But actually,
is
after seeing this idea of computer, completely obvious.
yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those where you,
I mean, it looks
It's
much
always like
simpler
that.
than f3 g3.
yeah,
It's always obvious, especially when you know that it's.
No, but I mean, I tell you, f3 g3, no, it's not at all. Even after I know it. But this bishop b5, rook e1 is just like like a smile of the baby. It's just the
We will-
most
the
natural
game
thing
with,
in the
with
world.
Badura
we will
check.
trust you on that
It's
subject.
very similar.
I think it's very safe to trust you on that subject.
Yeah.
The voice of a tired man there.
So does it mean that Magnus is almost lost?
Well,
After that?
Sesse does give white a
How
bigger than a pawn advantage here, like
Oh,
125, 130, something. Like
Also, probably black starts to like defend. Like, I mean, if you don't give mate here, you probably have to like defend. But of course, if you play this game, you're not gonna defend. You're gonna go for mate. So then probably it'll be like +5 at some point because there's no mate. You know, you give up everything.
Yeah.
So the +1 is a very strange evaluation for this position.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You will be jumping out of your chairs now. Chairs.
Not F3, not Bishop B5.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, what could prompt this reaction? Did he play G3 or something?
Yeah.
Because, like, only this move would justify the oh my god.
He wants this Bishop E3 thing that I did, but then...
Yeah, that's it. Okay. That's it. You know, like this, I think that my dad's gone crazy.
But hang on a second.
Like life, yeah.
How do we give mate to this?
Yeah, because Rook F6 is Bishop E3, yeah?
Because the idea is once again quite simple. He is extremely happy about the prospect of this happening.
But I'm not gonna go Bishop G2 immediately.
Of course
I
not.
will-
Yeah, of course not.
Take my time.
But yeah, but now maybe we can.
Queen H5 first, perhaps?
Yeah, first of all, this creates a threat of picking up the queen, right? So it's a move with a direct threat because we like after some normal move at the end of that variation.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Lawrence there.
Was nerfed to 7 mana. Is no longer playable.
Queen E1 or what? Trying to at least attack the E4 pawn?
Yeah, but
I'm not sure why have you rushed so much with Bishop H3. I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
It will not run away from you.
sure.
You could start maybe with Queen H5 or some Rook move.
Yeah, I guess I need Bishop E3, yeah? I mean, I shouldn't allow you Rook H6 takes H2.
No, but I was wondering, like, the slow plan. But how do you stop the slow plan here? Like, I go Rook F6. You play what? Well, I guess in some fashion you play Bishop E3 here,
I
right?
could also try to attack the E4 pawn, yeah? Like Rook E1.
Okay. It's important for me that this doesn't happen, so I will spend the tempo protecting it.
It is though extremely similar to the lines we looked, yeah? Where we allowed F3.
But I think I'm a number of tempi up
Mid
here.
back, yeah? I also have such
I
feeling.
think I'm a number of tempi up, but maybe it's still kind of playable, just Rook E3,
Yeah, that's
Rook
what I
E4
was-
against
what I was,
everything.
suggesting.
Okay, maybe I'm not doing this right.
By the way, he did play G3, yeah? It's
No,
okay.
Yeah.
we still haven't had any
Mhm.
official confirmation, so we'll maybe wait for it. But
F3 is a must, right? At least that's the
well, GF is I think GF is a very strong
the
positional threat.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, let me think. So I will try F3
Okay.
and Queen H5 because I think Queen H5 is always useful.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Should
Okay.
we try to go for the E-pawn?
Yeah, Rook E1. Yeah, this is.
No, okay, Bishop F5 should not do much harm.
Okay.
I like how your rooks went to F3 and then went back.
Hmm. But hang on a second, we're not threatening
Okay,
Rook.
so Rook F6.
Yeah, because there's Queen H3 there. But maybe it doesn't work. I was
But I
getting.
have
No, I
Bishop
want to take
Yeah.
Rook H6,
H4?
Okay.
Queen F5.
Ah.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Ah, yeah. This wins, right?
It's nasty, yeah.
This just
It's
wins.
double attack Queen E4 and Queen H3.
Yeah,
defense.
because I don't see any way to defend against those two things at the same time.
Some sophisticated stuff there. So Rook E1, E4 doesn't work.
And also,
I don't know, I
and
was
also,
making the most natural moves.
but also,
Yeah.
people are pointing out that there is possibly
So
a
it's not like
point,
GF,
a
no?
point to start. But I would not want to allow GF. I think, unless maybe we just chase the rook down and kill it, and then it does make sense. But you know,
You do
Even
chase it
then,
down.
even just giving up this exchange is not completely
Bishop
lost
E3?
for life. Like Rook FG1,
okay.
even
yeah,
Rook FG1.
and Suat is saying you don't play H4, you play Queen G1 here, which of course because you know.
But I could start with Queen H5, no? Or with Rook H6.
Ah, with Rook
whatever.
H6, yeah, that is true. Yeah, that's cleaner because actually Queen G1 is relevant there. But starting with Rook H6
Very much.
pretty much forces this variation.
I find it a little odd that we don't have the confirmation of the move G3.
Yeah, we are kind of proceeding on thin air here because our current position is still Queen G5.
We trust Alexander, which is...
yeah, we generally do, but you know, we might be forced not to for a while for legal reasons.
yeah.
Actually, Magnus is already thinking for 5 minutes after G3.
Yeah,
And counting.
and counting.
Okay, I feel it's my last chance today because I think now the action is unfolding too fast. So my question of the day. So I have two choices what to ask. So first, are you into figure skating at all?
No.
No. Okay. Then dogs or cats?
Well, I used to be completely a dog person, but at some point I had more interactions with cats, and now I am more on the fence. But I still, like dogs. But I used to kind of dislike cats, and I no longer dislike cats. What about you?
Is that a question of the day, or is it like a deviation? And then if you choose, you get a question. Ah, it is a question. Dogs or cats?
Yeah.
Poof.
No, I was considering this or a question about figure skating.
I wanna hear the question about figure skating.
Okay, then it would be Medvedeva or Zagitova.
Yeah. I knew these are the two names I know.
And you have an answer.
No, didn't Medvedeva is the one who quit? Yeah, already or not?
No, she didn't quit. She, with huge scandals, she moved away from their mutual coach. With a huge scandal.
Because there was one who became an Olympic champion and then quit.
Yeah, but it was 4 years ago.
Ah, she was already
Yeah,
way too old.
Okay, so better answer about
dogs or cats.
I guess.
Yeah. And
I'm allergic to cats, and I dislike dogs. So for me it's pretty easy.
I'm allergic to everything. Otherwise, we would have had basically a petting zoo at home. So.
But you like anyway.
Yeah, I love them, but we can't have any.
Consider, because I thought if I have allergy, it means that my body is telling me that you shouldn't dislike that particular thing. That's not how it works, yeah?
Yeah, doesn't work like that for me. And there was a nice kind of a follow-up question to Sasha after he asked the dogs or cats question. A user with a very appropriate username, Szechuan Beef, said, "What, to eat?" Yeah, no, probably not to eat, no.
Szechuan cat.
Yeah, my guess would be not to eat. Yeah. Anyway, we do seem to be...
Yeah, so for me it's definitely dogs. It was like that throughout my life. Unless it's a cat of Vladimir Potkin called Iriska. I mean, it's by far the most beautiful cat I have ever seen.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And yeah, we seem to be somewhat behind for reasons we probably don't need to get very far into, and we apologize for this weird technical mishap.
Now it's weird because Magnus found courage to play Queen G5, but not for playing F3 and just locking White's king in a mating net. So, okay. So I will take a very short break, and I'm sure the time trouble should be extremely exciting, so stay tuned.
Yeah. And maybe we will actually take this time. I understand it's your very exciting position, but because of all the issues we appear to be having, although maybe we're back. We seem to have regained control over the whole thing. Whoops, that was a mistake. I should not have done that. Can I please undo what I just did somehow? And yeah, my apologies to Oli. I thought I could get rid of some extra boards I was seeing on my screen, and that made all the boards disappear.
Yeah, it's always like, when you try to, with your perfectionism, you try to get it perfect, suddenly the most essential thing is gone.
Yeah, and Mr. Dodgy, who is a very famous horse person in our chat, says, "I can't believe horses didn't even make it to the cut." So,
but the Dodgy has something to do with nothing to do with the dog. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Dodgy is a synonym of iffy. Do you know what iffy is?
Yeah, I don't know when they say dodgy, like dodgy.
Yeah, very iffy.
iffy. Yeah.
Very, very iffy. And yeah, this is the position we currently have, and Sasha has already given us some insight, and also the chat is screaming that Magnus played b4 instead of f3 here.
Because the GF thing didn't impress him, yeah. He just grabbed the exchange.
I guess not, yeah, but once again, it's curious to me, and like mistrusting Sesse is a thing that you don't normally do. But it does look so tempting to go for this.
But Peter, on the other hand, if you go b4 and then you're not afraid of GF, and you go f3, then the bishop has to move without grabbing the pawn. So then b4 is obviously a better move.
Sure, but I really don't like allowing this.
Okay, but let's see, queen f4.
Maybe I don't have to go to g3. Maybe I can go to some better squares.
Yeah, that is a better move. Though bishop h4 anyway, taking f2.
Yeah, let's say, can I? But then you just play bishop f5 here, because I calculated this and I think it actually works. I think white survives here and maybe is even better, but you are not obliged to help me with the...
Yeah, because white's play here is also not entirely crushing, so I'm not in a hurry with black to do something.
Yeah, but like, and now for instance, but I probably will get mated eventually. I was,
Chop it?
Yeah, exactly, and like, I now do have some time to start pushing the a pawn, but bishop h3 will be just so strong.
Yeah, I'm not so scared of a6, a7 because my rook is right there.
Yeah. No, I mean, if I wasn't getting mated here, I would actually have some positional compensation for the exchange, but I have a feeling I will get mated in short order. Yeah, like maybe I can play king g2 and not resign, but yeah, not resigning is not the same thing as liking my position. Bishop g4 is quite strong, for instance. Yeah. So yeah, and obviously you are correct. If gf4 doesn't scare you in the slightest, you like including before b3, for instance.
Yeah, you'll have a better version because otherwise the guy would have to go to b5 anyway. But now he just.
And Suat is asking why not in this position just to go back to g1. Bishop h3, we thought, and I guess maybe but again, rook e1, bishop f2 looks horrible. Moves
like bishop d4 or bishop e3, but I'm not sure they add anything because the a5 pawn becomes vulnerable.
Yeah, like you can force black to play g6, but I don't think black is unhappy about it.
Yeah, you're gonna lose your a5 pawn.
Yeah, and then the a5 pawn is hanging.
Big one.
So after bishop h3, you would need to have a move here.
Queen d4, but probably bishop f6.
But once again,
exchange.
Even if I do it slowly, why?
Yeah, I wanted to move my. Yeah, I don't know. You just go to endgame, right?
Yeah, I think this endgame is like. Even with the rook on a1, I think black has
I have some direct issues as well. My bishop on e2 is a bit shaky.
Yeah, bishop is hanging, the e-pawn is very worrying. Maybe you can go rook g1 and once again pretend you're still in the game.
But e3, bishop f5, bishop e4.
Yeah.
Bishop g2, bishop d5.
But yeah, black is clearly playing for a win here.
Here, yeah. Yeah, I guess bishop h3, and if you just go, this one is hanging, yeah.
Yeah, this as well,
and then this one also becomes weak. No, this is not so simple.
No, not at all, yeah.
So in fact, b4 is the more ambitious. I mean, okay, here you also, of course, you cannot be sure that what you saw is, I mean, this whole mating things, if they really worked, you can never be sure. White had a lot of options on the way.
Yeah. Still trying to figure out if I can get the game back after what I've done, but... that seems to be a bit of a problem.
Extra period?
No, we're still live, but maybe we need actually a small technical break because I managed to break the software, and it will take about a minute for us to get back to normal, and we apologize. And as you can see on the live board on the screen, G3 before is the current position, and Fabi is thinking. So we will take like a 2-minute break, get RPGN back, and come back. I guess we'll go from there, possibly all the way through.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah, stay tuned, we'll be... Okay, and we're back with the live action of game 10. B4 has been played, and rook b3 is the reply Fabiano chose. Sorry for the slight delay. It's such an exciting moment, and one thing that you can say about this latest sequence is that Magnus managed to kind of spook Fabiano, right, by playing queen g5 where it wasn't expected.
Yeah, I mean, he bluffed him into believing that this was not good, but it actually was. Yeah, it seems.
Yeah, once again,
Yeah.
it's not easy, but I think if you see the idea of rook e1 bishop f1,
it's
you
a tough
immediately start believing that this is holdable, and then I mean it's an important pawn to
This is
pick
there.
up.
This is there in the long
Yeah.
run. And here I was actually expecting. I thought taking was natural, and then I thought rook b3 here, because our rook here was coming under attack.
Mm-hmm.
Here blocking this pawn, and here I thought it stood ideal. He did it immediately, allowing f3.
And once again, we'll wait for confirmation, but it seems like f3 was not the choice Magnus has gone for.
Yes, this is something unbelievable is going on. I mean, you play queen g5, so it means you believe in attack, which doesn't work. And then when you have almost winning attack, you don't believe in it and you don't play f3. I mean, I just cannot believe. And then Fabiano also doesn't believe, to the point that after b4 even he doesn't take on f4. And then even after rook b3, Magnus doesn't play.
Yeah,
Just-
it's.
And now, what is going on?
I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, for me, not playing f3 in this position would be extremely difficult.
I think what's very important when you play a game of chess as well is that you play with two, so you trust your opponent. And the fact that he didn't take gf means he's not scared of f3, and that makes you affect your train of thoughts as well, perhaps.
Yeah, but some very strange turn of events.
Yeah, and rook g1 clearly the move to make here. I don't think rook e1.
Why not rook
Yeah,
e1?
I was also
I would play
wondering,
rook
yes,
e1.
to attack this pawn after f3 bishop f1, yeah? Or you mean
Because
that...
f3, bishop take f6. Ah, no, again this bishop is protected. Then okay, then at least one move is sort of understandable.
Yeah, so bishop h3 is on the board, and we're hearing
Rook
that
G1 is on the
rook
board.
g1 is also on the board. And now, okay, gf4 is a very serious threat. So maybe Magnus kind of played himself in a situation where he will be just forced to play f4 e3 because f4 f3 because there's really nothing else left.
So what was there... how would it compare to going f3 immediately and then going bishop h3?
Well, first of all, well, okay, here maybe the pawn on e4 is hanging. Yeah, maybe this is what he didn't like. He wanted to start with bishop h3, and after rook e1, he has another move to consider. He is not forced. He is not forced to go f3.
So
And
he
I-
wants to lure the rook in.
Yeah, because I guess after rook e1, there is a very serious option of maybe playing e3.
Yeah, this looks devastating.
I don't know, ef is not really a threat.
Why?
Well, we control the f2 square. I don't know if it's good even, but it's an option.
I'm just easily scared.
Yeah, I don't know, rook takes.
If need be, bishop f3 is there as well.
Yeah. But okay, I mean, black has bailouts now, for instance.
Ah, yeah, that's a...
Which is maybe somewhat relevant,
Maybe
yeah?
here you could perhaps start with bishop f3, so that if ef bishop f2, the e7 is hanging. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not
Ah, it's not
hanging
hanging.
again.
Yeah, that's the thing we keep missing.
Yeah.
That's the thing we keep missing, that somehow the queen on g5 protects the bishop. Yeah. Sure, okay, rook g1 played.
Rook g1 played, and
Now f3 is...
yeah, but how do you not play f3? Why is and once again, I think with the events in the studio and around the studio, asking why is f3 not on the board is maybe not a very safe assumption. Maybe it is on the board.
Is e3 an option? Because if takes, rook takes.
Rook takes, I think. Yeah, I don't think unless you're winning by force here, you don't want to do that.
You attack with two bishops, by the
Mhm.
way.
And stop queen e4 check, which is also important, I guess.
So f3 is probably a must.
Yeah, it feels like f3 has to be played,
You
and
think he
people.
wants to go here? Or he wants to... second
Yeah, I
exchange?
don't know.
He wants to go here.
Probably bishop f1. But yeah, this is a type of position I wanted to discuss from early on. Can I play queen h5 here and just go rook f6, rook h6, and
I
say?
will have this one if need be.
But then I want to play g5. This is exactly the setup I wanted to discuss. Let's say I go rook f6 here.
But maybe simpler queen g4 and then rook f5, rook h5?
Good point. Good point. Yeah.
Okay, I have some bailouts, yeah?
Well, you will have to. I mean, I can probably go rook f5 anyway. Yeah,
Oh, there is this bishop g2 check.
yeah,
maybe.
because there's bishop
Yeah,
g2 check,
Yeah.
and the queen is
exactly.
hanging.
Yeah, this is nice, yeah. And I cannot do this because I protected my rook, but I forgot about my queen.
Yeah,
And also, once my rook will be on h5, there will be a deadly threat of bishop g2 as well.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then if I will, let's just demonstrate it. Now if you take with the rook, the queen is hanging.
Yeah, and
if you take the
otherwise
king
queen
is-
h3, queen h3, queen h2.
Yeah, but let's just still see here if it's so easy. I mean, I have this kind of thing, by the way. Kick you out for a while.
Ah,
This
yeah, that is
slows you down
true.
a
That
little
is
bit.
true.
Have you
Yeah, but then I can attack the d5 pawn,
queen h5.
I guess.
Yeah, but I'm not. Let's say I can take here. I'm not. I mean, I'm happy to trade down some kind of endgame and. Just
Yeah, I mean,
get over it.
losing the d5 pawn means we're not getting mated. So
Also here,
queen e1,
queen e1.
queen e1, yeah, yeah.
Ambitious move, taking the pawn and the pawn up. I think this
Ah,
wins some
You're
time.
right. You're right.
Queen g4 here. h3 rook f6 was what I wanted to show on the board. But this actually,
yeah, take is mate, but I have a few options. I can play king h2 at some
Mhm,
point, and
yeah,
I don't know how you're gonna break me here because
exactly.
you
And rook
need,
takes b4 here.
need
let's
one
say.
more rook, but it's very far fetched.
Mm-hmm. Like rook b4.
Yeah, and if you move the
How
rook, I will
far fetched
go,
is it? Rook f8.
the worst case scenario is rook h1, king g1.
Ah,
I
you
don't
have
know
that because let me show something, because I think this actually works, and that's a lot of fun.
Does
I think this actually works.
incredible.
There are no checks,
Yes, this
and I think
goes-
we actually give mate here.
maybe there is.
But your rook h1, king g1 is quite relevant.
Is it though?
I start with rook f8. Yeah, start here.
But you have still this
I
thing.
still have this thing. Yeah. The
Okay,
thing is,
maybe I'll do some kind of, but I don't know.
yeah, queen b5 is.
I could also at some point go bishop e3, yeah? I
Mhm.
could interpolate bishop e3 at some point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You would have to go g5.
I will have
Oh,
to.
then you don't have rook
But
f5.
then I don't have rook f5, rook
Yeah,
h5.
this is how you. Yes, this kills your idea, I guess, pretty much.
Yeah. But bishop f1 is not on the board yet, so Fabi is.
Considering sacking this exchange, yeah?
Well, I mean, I don't think anybody plays bishop g2 check. I think, like,
yeah.
black wants to give mate. You never ever play bishop g2 check here.
Yeah,
Black
you,
is a
you
good-
got rid of
Yeah.
your issues.
Yeah,
okay.
without queen hanging.
Yeah, no. As long as this doesn't win on the spot, you never pick up this exchange.
Yes, I'm queen h5.
Yeah,
check.
queen h5. You start
Queen
with queen
h5,
h5. Now it's a threat actually. White has to
Yes.
address it by playing queen somewhere.
We wanted queen e1. This is what we looked at.
Yeah,
something
probably
like,
queen
right?
e1. Yeah,
Let me advertise a mug here.
yeah.
It's just a mug. Without any signature.
But maybe queen g4 instead.
Yeah. Why are we playing queen h5 constantly? Yeah, let's go queen g4, protect the pawn on e4. But okay, still queen e1, and we want to
Rook f5, what happens here?
rook
There
b4.
is some reason, Peter, why we went to h5, because then if we
No.
went rook h6, bishop g2 was a threat, and now you
Mhm.
don't have that. So it's not entirely stupid. Now I have rook e4, for example.
So yeah, I think queen e4 is
yeah.
even stronger.
Yeah.
And
Bishop
now I
g2 though?
take, and I wanted to
queen.
go king g1,
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's clean.
and I thought it was quite strong because queen h3 I
Yeah.
have, for instance, queen e6 check, but also queen
Queen
takes
g2.
g2. Yeah, but
That's
I can,
actually vital, because queen g2 was not possible because of queen b4.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's I mean, maybe you can take and actually run, and maybe you're still fine, but king g1 is a lot cleaner. Okay, so bishop b5. What happens here? Can we start with the rook? I think queen g4 looks very, very logical. It creates a direct threat and also protects the pawn on e4 and also connects us further with the ideas of, let's say, rook f6, h6. But he played bishop f1.
Yeah, the more
Okay.
natural one.
And here,
What did we say here? Ah, we had this mad line with take.
yeah, we had this absolutely insane line with queen g4 takes queen f1, queen g4, h3, rook f6, this position.
Yeah, black still doesn't have a way to control. I mean, to sort of
Mm-hmm.
forget about the attack and try to simplify the position, because with the bishop on b6, pawn on a5, he never has that option, right?
Yeah.
He has to go still for the
One
attack.
thing I wanted to ask, can we actually start by taking, and is white obliged to
Queen?
take with the queen?
Queen d5.
Yeah, but then rook b4, I mean, it's not an unplayable position. White
But
does
that's what I
have...
meant. Now black can sort of You know, just play it positionally.
Because if you take with the rook, I'm wondering if I'm just fast enough here with black. Let's say rook f5. I'm wondering if this is just not fast enough for white anymore because the queen doesn't get there.
Can we check queen f1, queen d5, what that is?
Bishop f1 is on the board, and Fabi now has this choice. If you take with the queen...
Queen d5, rook d4,
queen d5.
and rook f c8, for example, or not?
I thought queen e6 with the idea of d5 as well might make some sense.
Well, a lot of it, for sure.
Yeah, but here, you have rook c4, yeah?
Yeah, maybe I don't like my move. I like your move more, because after d5 I attack the rook as well.
Yeah, I thought connecting, making this, you know, super structure, and then once again, you know, with this pawn on f3, white will never be completely safe on the king side either. But
now somehow black forgot a little bit about the mate.
Yeah.
Why he got some ground in the center.
Queen takes played as we sort of expected.
Somehow the
I
position
think
becomes.
white is clearly worse here, I think.
Yeah, that would be my guess as well. But the question is,
You think he cannot defend this? I think it's very.
let's
very
say we
much
go
within.
rook a4, d5, bishop.
C4, C4.
Ah, c4.
I want to
yeah.
go C4. I want to trade it.
Yeah, queen d5 already played. So Magnus actually switched to this plan. He no longer really is playing for mate. Rook takes before played, so we are all the way here.
Yeah, of course. Maybe white has good drawing chances, but still, I would definitely prefer to be black.
But I think queen a6 might be, well, queen somewhere, because I think rook fc8, unless we are, unless we like this
C4?
idea, yeah, unless we like
Even
this
after
idea.
rook f8, even C4 comes into consideration, at least to me.
Hmm.
Because if you don't gonna mate me, do I also care? I mean, I'll just put rook to a4, slowly crawl out now.
Yeah, not unreasonable.
I don't share the. Okay, maybe I see what you mean.
Although
Yeah,
you are tied to this pawn after queen e6,
yeah, but rook a4, let's say.
and then like rook
Ace,
c6.
maybe a push my a pawn. Okay.
Actually, this is hanging now.
Okay,
So
bishop
yeah.
e3 or what?
No, h6 maybe.
No, I think it's a very nice position for black for sure. Eventually, even bishop d8 will become a threat because you are now have
Mhm.
you have a ton of weaknesses.
Also, sometimes in an endgame, this f3 pawn might cause you some back rank issues.
Yep.
I think Magnus is took the risk out of this game by now.
Yeah, I think he is should be very safe.
I think
Yeah.
he's safe now. Yeah,
Yeah.
he really likes it. What's the time situation? It's actually quite exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite close, and this is move 29, so actually we might not get the absolute mad time scramble we were kind of expecting earlier. Because the position has simplified reasonably, and it will be a lot easier to control, I think, from here on out.
Yeah, the price of a move for white is always higher than for black. Yeah, because
Yeah, queen e6 played.
yeah, I like this move too.
Yeah, it looked very logical to fully connect the structure, and
So you think c4 was premature? Yeah, I was a bit worried about d5 and then never be able to go c4.
no, I actually I quite like this. I think, I mean, it's not that I think it's like white is playing for advantage, but allowing d5 feels.
And I think white is happy to get stuff traded here.
But maybe something like queen somewhere, like let's say b5.
d5 rook d4.
Yeah.
And then c4. You're not afraid of some e3
Yeah.
stuff, yeah?
No, I am, but what to do?
Bishop f. Like queen d5, yeah. So e3, queen d5, take,
e3,
take
I
e2.
think maybe we can actually afford to play
F2?
f3.
Maybe
F2? Mm-hmm.
rook f1.
Yeah, because you can't really defend the pawn on d5, and this is a check as well. It connects, it protects the long diagonal, and it's a check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Queen b5, maybe I can go rook f5.
This is
Ah.
Oh, but queen c6
Double
attacks
attack,
everything. Yeah,
yeah.
sorry. Sorry, I thought I will be in time somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, queen b5 is an interesting move, but
So d5
And a
again.
very logical
d5
one
is very
as
natural,
well.
no? So what happened after d5? Rook
d5 rook d4. I mean, it's hanging and it's not easy to protect. But once, maybe I can go. Maybe I can give mate
now
here.
c4? Ah, and then rook h5.
Yeah, that's my point. Rook takes
And
d5. Is it?
The mate.
Yeah, where is the mate?
There's no mate.
There is no mate in chess.
Yeah, there's just no mate.
Yeah, I mean, I can play rook h3, but even
Rook h5.
Yeah, rook,
Yes.
yeah, rook h5. Maybe even no queen.
Though you know I can then take and take on c4 and still game continues. After rook h5. Maybe you have something more ambitious here with white. Queen d7.
No.
Queen h6, yeah?
I agree to withdraw at any moment.
No, come on, rook gd1. Maybe you're
With the
winning.
white.
Yeah, because I think this might be mate.
Ah, okay. But still.
You,
But still.
this is a. I mean, just to show why this is mate, because we need to honor the spirit of Jan, and that
Yeah.
that did not come out right. But we, I mean,
But even,
we must
but
show
even
all
rook
the mates.
GD1, rook f8. How clear is that?
Well, I have no idea.
Ah, maybe you have bishop e3.
But also, like, I'm a lot happier about this position because now I can play queen d5 check here.
No, okay, take rook c8.
Well, I can go h, yeah, h.
Yeah,
bishop
H4
e3
or
or h3
something.
king, h4 king,
Ah,
h2.
yeah.
And this
never
is I'm no
h3.
longer in danger with white, I believe.
Yeah,
No, of course.
No, I'm playing for a win here with white. I don't know if I will win, but I'm playing for a win here.
Yeah, yeah. You can always trade the a pawn for e pawn.
It's very, very important. And he has played rook b5 instead.
So queen b5, yeah.
Yeah. I don't quite understand what this move
Doesn't-
achieves.
Doesn't look like a natural.
I mean, black plays
d5,
d4.
queen d1, maybe he wants.
But then rook f5. I mean, why are you driving my pieces to all the squares?
And g4. G4.
Ah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
it's Fabi.
how happy are we?
But, okay, I'll chase your
Rook,
rook, bishop e3.
And then queen takes
Bishop
d5.
e3.
Yeah, bishop e3 and rook g4. Queen.
There's a8 hanging. And
A8 is hanging.
Okay, you threaten a checkmate. No, but
But I think we'll be okay. Yeah, queen returns to
if
d5.
need be, I have
and-
rook g5 and queen d5.
No, queen returns to d5 and you win.
Yes.
You just win here. Okay, very concrete. So rook b5, can we go all the way back? Options for black. Options for black include... Well, just playing h6, I guess, with the idea of, let's say, meeting queen d1 with rook f5.
h6, yeah. And how is this move rook fc8 that I always want to make? Is that completely stupid?
No.
Switching from the mating ideas towards more positional ones, controlling the c4 square.
Yeah, actually I quite like this. I don't know why.
I like rook f8 in general.
Yeah, rook f8 it makes a lot of sense.
Also takes off the pressure of trying to
I mean, we
make
play
to-
queen d1, but I mean, we can play h6 here, or we can play rook c4, or
Yeah, there are plenty.
No,
of
but
moves.
queen c4 pretty much wins the pawn, no? Queen c4.
yeah, that's true.
It's good for black, yeah.
Yeah, because rook b2 is just
Although maybe you can go to an endgame and just play like rook e1 in the end. I don't know, what is it?
Rook e2?
Ah, but you always have rook e2. You
Yeah.
always have rook e2. Yeah.
and if the king connects with the other pieces and black plays d6 d5, it should be close to lost, I guess.
So
for
the
white.
a pawn is right now on a5 and it
Also,
doesn't
even
move
here,
forward.
rook dd1, even here, rook dd1.
Yeah, it may be just in time to...
Hmm. Yeah, because the point is in this position there's. But hang on a second. But maybe white just doesn't lose the rook endgame, yeah?
You mean even take on d8?
Yeah, just take on d8 and go a6 or something.
King f7 though? I'm not gonna trade the pawns even, yeah? I'm gonna bring my king to e6 and then go...
Yeah. Okay,
Rook
let's
f-
start with h4.
Yeah, that's how you start, of course. You're threatening rook d5.
No, but you need, you need to think, and I
Rook
really
d5 is
don't
a
like
strike,
to. No, I was trying
Ah,
to.
there is some e3 thing.
Yeah, I was trying to calculate what this is,
Okay, right now there is...
and I was.
Right now there is fe though.
What?
Because there is...
Ah, yeah, exactly.
King
Yeah,
f7 is a counterproductive move.
yeah, exactly. But
Maybe
but
another
but
one.
I need to vacate the back rank because otherwise b8 will be mate always. I think like I need for the pawn not to be queening with check in some variations. Like here, what Anish is saying is that fe, rook a1, king h2, f2, which was my plan, runs into rook a5 check. But if you imagine the same position, but the king is on g8,
Yeah, what
before
would be?
b6, b7 would be very strong.
Rook h1 check.
Ah.
So let's go h5 then here, or something
Okay.
like this. Let's go h5, whatever.
King h2.
Yeah, but yeah, this is the point. King f7 also created the threat of king e6. So,
Yeah, h5 is not a useful move. That's a big problem about this.
but I just don't see useful moves. This is my issue.
So if I just play stupid, bishop b6, ab, rook b8, it's a complete draw, or is black still pretending?
Rook d5, rook b6,
Yeah.
rook e5,
Yeah, and then g4, right? Rook
rook b4, g4 should be a draw, I guess. Yeah.
King comes to g3. King
King
f7 though?
f7. Maybe it's not a draw. Yeah.
It should be a draw. King h2.
King h2, king f6,
Rookie
rook
8.
f.
Rook e8.
Or maybe even rook e8. Yeah.
I like it cut. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. That is a. That is a reasonably simple draw. And Magnus went for bishop d8, which is a move I kind of considered and decided not to make.
That's not an ambitious move, is it?
Yeah, like why are you giving
Queen
white
d1.
time to play queen d1, for instance?
I think he doesn't play for a win, maybe. Oh, takes an e3. That's what he wants. That's
Ah.
a huge. That's a huge one.
Ah, yeah,
That's a
that,
huge
that
one.
is a very large threat.
Yeah. No, that's he has a point, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
queen e1 would
Yeah.
would
No, but I just didn't see the threat until Magnus until Anish pointed it out.
Okay, now he can go d5. Yeah, I mean to connect the pawns. Let's say d5.
Yeah, I'm also looking at.
Could I
rook
put the
f-
queen to
rook
where did the queen come from?
f5.
Ah, here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So queen e1.
No, but queen e1. What to play?
I thought
d5,
d5, queen
okay,
d2
queen
or-
d2, queen d2.
Yeah, bishop d8 is not an obvious choice to my eyes.
No, it's wouldn't scare me. If it doesn't scare me, it doesn't scare Fabi. So yeah, queen d1 is bad, queen e1. Some queen c rook b4, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see what the big idea here is.
You don't want to give white a pawn
Yeah,
so
it just
advanced.
feels strange. I mean, there is rook f5 in this position, but once again, it doesn't
Mhm.
quite feel right.
Feels like white should be able to bail out here somehow.
Yeah, already I.
But now there is no mate. I just take queen d2.
Yeah, even rook d1 after d5. Yeah, I mean we're just climbing out.
No, I guess there will be some. Maybe black will have to play accurately and then wait for rook to move, then play queen h3, rook g1, and then back with his queen because now, okay, he exchanged his extremely valuable rook, which was given mate.
You mean in this position, yeah? Like to make a move?
No, I mean if you go, I mean just make some move.
I don't
And
know which one.
I guess not this one. I mean, maybe this move doesn't exist already,
I'm
but
a
I
bit-
mean something.
Okay, whatever, yeah, h6.
Yeah, and queen e1 on the board, but we kind of expected that.
I mean, d5 feels like a natural follow-up, you know?
Yeah, no, queen.
Queen d2,
But after
yes.
queen d2, you were kind of stuck for good ideas, right?
Yeah, now it's time for one more natural follow-up.
I think it's actually time for us to find a clean draw.
For black, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's time to settle on something which gives you a clean draw.
Felt very clumsy what this bishop d8 thing, yeah.
Yeah,
He couldn't have just missed queen e1, no? That's too thin.
you only miss queen e1 if you don't understand the point of your own move, I think. Like if you don't see that you've created the threat of takes on e3, then you can miss queen e1, but then why have you played bishop d8 really?
Somehow I like white. I mean, it's clear what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's suddenly become a lot easier to play with white. You play
Yeah,
queen
it's
e1,
easier to play, yeah. I mean,
you play
it's
queen
clear what
d2.
I want. I want to just, you know, to improve my position. And for black, it's very hard to do that.
No, but I mean, I would even if before queen f1 there was black to move. I mean, before queen e1, I would probably consider bishop e7. So I think this bishop d8 is the worst move of the match so far. I mean,
Okay,
it's just
he
an
threatens.
anti-move.
I mean, he threatens, no? He does threaten to take an e3, no? It's
But
kind.
what really he was threatening?
I mean, this is a threat, no? Or you don't think so?
Okay, taken d3, but I mean, it's yes, but it's just so cheap. I mean,
Yeah, it's a bit cheap, yeah.
I mean, even how big of a threat it was if, let's say, white skips a move, so you
Yeah.
play
C4, let's say.
c4, maybe is counterproductive.
Okay,
But okay.
C3.
So no, yeah, it's a big threat. Yeah,
Maybe it's-
because after b7 you have a2, right?
Uh,
ba, f.
Queen
No,
of 8?
Queen f8. Yeah. So okay. So b7. What do you do?
B7, I thought just rook b8. I mean,
Yeah, but now fe. That do I lose?
f2, rook g2, queen, even maybe e3 actually. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, rook b2. Queen e1.
Now queen e1.
Yeah, queen e1. You actually do
yeah.
lose.
b1.
Queen takes
Queen
b1.
Ah.
Queen takes b1. Yeah.
So here I lose actually. Okay.
Black is a rook up.
Yes, but it's.
Yeah, okay, but it's a bit ridiculous to sort of discuss. Black has one threat, and obviously we defend from it, so it's also weird to discuss whether what would happen
I
if we allowed
guess
it.
even queen c1 defends against it, and,
Yeah, okay.
and I guess even rook b3.
Yes, yes.
You know.
Yeah,
Like
okay,
this.
it weakens control over d5 square a little bit. Yeah, at least queen
Yeah,
e1,
rook
queen e1 is a
b3
very nice one.
stupid. No, but of course queen e1 is by far the best move, but I mean, what is it?
Yeah, and
Rook f5 is the only way to protect it. What do you do after rook f5? Protect
I was
the pawn.
actually thinking about g4 here.
c4 I thought.
Also.
Yeah, also c4 seems very
Because
logical.
rook h5, rook
Hanging.
d5, there is no mate. I control all the squares.
But also just to never think about this, I thought g4 was quite strong.
Maybe.
And next
I
move
mean-
c4.
Well, depending on where
I
it
mean, it
goes. I
feels
can
very
actually
shaky.
chase it. I can chase it with the bishop as well.
Because it feels like somehow this thing is attacked twice and it's defended only once. It feels wrong, this rook f5 move.
Yeah, okay.
And people-
things are
and-
heating up.
And people are saying, "Come on, commentators! Bishop d8 was the second best move by the machine, and just go bishop f6 back." First of all, I'm not entirely sure if that comment is truthful, and secondly, to play bishop d8 with the intention of playing bishop f6 is, I mean,
Sophisticated?
probably quite strong, but it's very difficult to play like this.
Sophisticated. At some point, yeah, you sort of disrupt the queen
Yeah.
from what?
Yeah, he took on b6,
Yeah, okay, that's obviously not his
but
point.
he
to go
but
bishop
he's just
f6.
going. I mean, he probably found some clean draw
wants-
here.
He wants to make a draw. Okay, something stupid like rook b8.
Yeah, just like trade it for the d
Okay,
pawn
but actually
somehow.
quite simple. I attack your pawn a couple times, and then I go e3 if you let it. If
Mhm.
you can be one, I go
Yeah,
e3.
I guess
and
it's
do
just
some global chopping and
yeah,
draw.
just gonna be a draw.
Something like
No, you never allow e3.
Yeah.
I think you play queen d2 here,
e3 maybe.
or queen e3.
I will play queen d2, d5, queen d4, like maybe.
Yeah, but that's what I meant. Maybe now
I
somewhere
know
I go
what
this.
Yeah.
Ah, no, now I take with the queen.
No, I don't think you play e3 unless it wins the pawn immediately. Oh, you can play rook f6 here. I think maybe this is the
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
Play rook
I
f6.
first play rook f6, and then like I keep an eye on this pawn, and my next move is e3. So after queen e3, I trade.
Okay, but what happens if I actually go like rook gb1? I mean,
Then I wanted to go e3.
But I take.
Yeah, okay. I only
this
distract
is-
you enough to.
Yeah, I mean king
Yeah,
g2.
I'm
I
pawn
mean
down,
this
yeah,
is not a draw.
No, no. So how does he want to make it then? Okay, maybe he doesn't have to play this move, rook b8.
This is sort of curious and curious at
But
times.
it's clear now that white is out of danger, right?
Yeah, I think white is fine. I think you never have enough time to create anything on the king side with the b pawn so far advanced.
Yeah, the mate is no longer on cards here. It's more black trying to use his trumps here,
Yeah.
these ones, to trade them for this pawn and go home.
Yeah, and my suggestion of rook gb1 was soundly criticized in
Queen
chat
h3.
because apparently after queen h3, queen d5, king h8, it's now
Mhm.
back to being mate in a number of moves. Yeah, so I guess this actually is.
Yeah,
a draw,
then
yeah.
it made sense,
Yeah.
because there was some kind of threat of e3.
No, I just want to take on b6 twice,
Oh yeah,
and after queen takes d5, I'll go queen
yeah,
e6.
that's drawish, yeah. It's too good. Yes, basically your rook is tied to defending your king,
Mhm.
and this pawn is defended twice, and it's going to be attacked 3 times.
Mhm.
So black is not in much danger,
No,
right?
no,
You
but
think this
but
way.
neither should be white, I
No,
guess.
no,
After let's say rook
whatever
d5 or
takes,
queen
whatever.
d5 or whichever of those moves. Yeah, queen d5.
Or
probably.
b7.
b7 I'll just chase you again, with my point.
Yeah, but now maybe I have rook d5.
Rook
With-
b7, rook e5 or something. Yeah.
yeah, tricky, yeah.
Rook e5.
Tricky, yes. Now I'm pawn down, I'm gonna suffer here.
Yeah,
Very often, you know, these things where you're trying to mate, and then in an end game, they just fall and drop.
yeah, they become weaknesses, and it is currently what, move 32, and Magnus, if we can trust our clocks, is down to 2 minutes.
Does he
So
really have 2 minutes left? I don't think so.
No, he has 4.
no, but 4 is not 44.
You know,
He's
difference
still,
between 4 and 2 minutes is just 2 minutes. So it's
yeah, it's and he, I mean, seemingly he took on b6 and he is still thinking on the next move. So it's not like I really expected him to blitz out the sequence of some sort here if he takes on b6.
No, I mean he played rook b8.